الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل من قبل هدى للناس وأنزل الفرقان إن الذين كفروا بآيات الله لهم عذاب شديد والله عزيز ذو انتقام صدق الله مولانا العظيم. Yesterday, as you are aware, we began with Surah Baqarah, and Allah begins Surah Baqarah by saying, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رِيبَ فِيهِ. It is such a book in which there is no doubt. Surah Ali Imran is also a very great surah. The Sahaba used to recite in Fajr Salah Surah Baqarah. The Sahaba used to recite at times Surah Ali Imran. These are very beautiful surah, and these surahs are filled with meaning. Yesterday Allah started by saying in Surah Baqarah, it's such a book in which there is no doubt. Today Allah says, Alif Lam Mim, Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum. That Allah is such that there is none worthy of worship. There is none besides Allah that we ought to be worshipping. Why? Al-Hayy al-Qayyum. He is the ever-living. He is the true maintainer. My brothers and sisters in Islam, I live, I die. You live, you die. But as far as Allah is concerned, He is the ever-living. He is the one that maintains. He is the one that gives. He is the one that sustains. Whatever good comes our way, it is because Allah has chosen for it to come our way. If Allah snatches it, no one can give it. And if Allah gives it, no one can snatch it. This is in essence what Allah is saying when He says, Allahu la ilaha illahu. Besides Allah, there is no other deity. Besides Allah, there is no other creator. Besides Allah, there is no other sustainer. Besides Allah, there is no other cherisher. It is one Allah, and we have to believe in this one Allah with this reality in mind, that it is Allah that gives, Allah that takes. نزل عليك الكتاب. Thereafter Allah says, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that revealed the book. He revealed the Quran to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And how did He reveal it? Bil-haq. He revealed it with truth. He revealed it without any falsity. He revealed it with genuineness. مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَأَنزَلَ التَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. He revealed the Quran with truth, confirming that which was before it as well. So the Quran is not against the Torah. The Quran is not against the Injil. The Quran is not against the Bibles. Allah is saying, not only did I reveal the Quran, I also confirmed that which was in the past scripture as well. So as Muslims, it is part of our aqidah to believe in the original Torah. It is our belief as Muslims to believe in the original Bibles. In fact, to pick on the original Bibles, to pick on the original Torah, our iman can be lost. So Islam is not against other religions. We are, in fact, the Quran is teaching us to work with them, to see commonality between us and them. That way they can appreciate us and we can appreciate the truth that was in them as well. من قبل هدى للناس وأنزل الفرقان. Another word for the Quran is also Furqan. Furqan means that which distinguishes between right and wrong. So the Quran actually is a book. It is such a book that is to assist the people to move away from haram, move away from wrongful behavior, move away from evil, move away from everything that Allah does not like, towards that which Allah loves and Allah likes. My brothers and sisters in Islam, let me say something very clearly which you have already heard before. If one goes towards what Allah loves, that individual will become successful not only in this world but in the hereafter as well. You buy a car. The manufacturer says every 5,000 miles you do an oil change. You listen to the manufacturer. Why? Because the manufacturer is the creator of that car. You move into a new home and they tell you, if this is the way you use the refrigerator, if this is the manner in which you use the fridge, if this is the manner in which you use the oven, this is the manner in which you use the countertops, we guarantee you that these items would last you 5 years or 10 years. You believe them. Why? Because they are the producers or the creators of that given item. They know better. Likewise, Allah is saying, my Quran, the Furqan, is such a book that if you used it in the manner that I call upon you to use it, and you follow it in the manner in which I call upon you to follow it, then rest assured, success is written for you in both the worlds to come. Another ayah we recited, Rabbana, and this is a dua we should also make, Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmah innaka antal wahhab. And this is the dua that we should recite, especially those of us that have Iman, especially those of us that feel that we have a lot of knowledge, those of us that feel that we know a lot more than we actually at times know. Allah says the following, and we must say the following, Rabbana, O my Allah, O my Lord, O my Creator, O my Sustainer, O my Cherisher, O my Maintainer, O my Allah, Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana. Do not snatch away, do not cause our hearts to move away, to go away from you, ba'da idh hadaytana, after you have guided us. My brothers and sisters in Islam, we take Iman for granted. There are so many of us that have taken our Iman for granted. But because we have taken it for granted, sometimes our children are spending time in places that are very inappropriate. I as an Imam, unfortunately, have to also say, this is a dua I too have to make. And I say this very sincerely, that we have taken our Iman for granted, and as a result we are doing a lot of wrong things. So we have to say to Allah, O Allah, after you have bestowed Iman upon me, after you have guided me, O my Allah, this is part of Hidayah you have given me. O my Allah, please, this little you have given me, allow me to keep it, allow me to cherish it, allow me to follow it, allow me to become the embodiment of good for those around me with the little good that I have. إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. O my Allah, do not cause my heart to go away from Iman after you have guided us. O Allah, grant us mercy. O Allah, grant us the ability to be steadfast on that which is good. For verily, بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. For verily, you are the greatest of givers. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. When Allah gives, nobody can take. And when Allah takes, nobody can give. My brothers and sisters in Islam, this is something we should believe in. That Allah has given us the gift of Iman. And we must hold on to it. Like the hadith, one place says, hold on to it with your canines. You see these sharp teeth over here? You use it for grabbing meat. My brothers, grabbing meat, grabbing vegetables, that's all temporary. We must grab our Iman with this teeth of ours, with this mind of ours, with this heart of ours. And if we did that, inshallah, Allah will give us much more. Thereafter we read another dua, رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ جَامِعُ النَّاسِ لِيَوْمٍ لَا رِيبَ فِيهِ. O my Allah, O my Rabb, surely you shall gather everyone together on the day of Qiyamah. This ayah is bringing to the forefront that we may think we can get away in this world with what we are doing. This ayah and this dua is bringing to the forefront that we will not get away forever and ever. You know, Abraham Lincoln used to say, you can fool some of the people all of the time, all of the people some of the time, but never all the people all the time. This should make us realize that we may fool ourselves with our faith. We may fool ourselves and think we are still good. This ayah is bringing to the forefront, I am going to stand before Allah, I have to gather before Allah, and regarding the day of Qiyamah, there is absolutely no shak and no doubt regarding it. Thereafter Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna Allah la yukhliful mi'ad. As far as Allah is concerned, He never fails to meet an appointment. Allah never fails in the promises He has made. In other words, if Allah promised good for you, then He will give you good, provided you do good. On the other hand, Allah has set down guidelines, and you violate these guidelines, and I violate these guidelines, then Allah has promised a punishment as well. So it is this month of reforming ourselves. Let us not stop reforming ourselves and continue doing good, not only by making this dua, but by following the implications of this dua as well. Thereafter Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in another place, زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ وَالْبَنِينَ وَالْقَنَاطِيرِ الْمُقَنطَرَةِ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ وَالْخَيْلِ الْمُسَوَّمَةِ وَالْأَنْعَامِ وَالْحَرْثِ. This ayah, my brothers and sisters, is the ayah that if you reflect it upon can change our lives. Every person is allowing their desires to rule them. What type of desires? The Quran says, I have beautified for humanity certain things. And because these things are beautiful, we allow these beautiful things to misguide us. Allah says, Zuyyina linnas, beautified for humanity. What is beautified for humanity? Hubbu shahawat, love of pleasures. What type of pleasures do we fall prey towards? What type of pleasures bring us down? Amongst them, minan nisa, women. For men, it is woman, and for women, it is men. When we love someone, and our parents say that boy is not good for you, that girl is not good for you, what we say, I can change that person. I can make that person better. We are not looking at the iman of that person. We are making this desire because of the looks of that person, because of the wealth of that person, because of the position of that person. This is wrong. The Quran says, don't let your desires cloud your judgment. Do not let your desires cloud your heart. Logic must be used, iman must be used, and senses must be used. So the Quran is saying certain things are beautified for you, and these things you fall in love with, and they distract you from the truth. Amongst these things are women. Women that are wrong for you. Men that are wrong for you. Another thing that distracts you is children. Oh, it's my son. It's okay if he clubs at night, because if I tell him not to club, he may go away from my home. So my brothers and sisters in Islam, you have your child in the home, you are feeding your child with halal food, and he is taking that halal food energy and doing haram. You think you're getting a reward for it? And then what our parents say? No, don't tell mommy and don't tell daddy. If you tell daddy, he'll get angry. If you tell mommy, mommy will get angry, mommy will get sad. My brothers and sisters, we worried about mom and dad. What about Allah? So the ayah is saying, do not let your children distract you from Allah. What else? وَالْقَنَاطِيرِ الْمُقَنْطَرَةِ. Do not let the heaps of gold, do not let the heaps of silver, مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ وَالْخَيْلِ الْمُسَوَّمَةِ. Do not let the branded horses, do not let your livestock and plantations move you away from Allah. What this ayah is saying is the following: do not let women, do not let children, do not let the dollar, do not let the yen, do not let the euro, do not let the pound, do not let your finances, do not let your horses, in other words, do not let your cars, do not let your beautiful homes, do not let the various things, your plantations, your backyard, how big it is, how small it is, how much vegetation Allah has given you, how much lack of vegetation Allah has given you. Do not let any of these luxuries, do not let all these temporary things distract you from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my brothers and sisters in Islam, this ayah is a reality for each one of us, me as well as you. We know what pulls us down.